This YouTuber is getting sued because he called a crypto bro a dirtbag and said you shouldn't listen to his advice. And apparently it was so hurtful, so damaging, that he's now being sued for $75,000 for defamation and emotional distress. Now, I'm obviously covering this lawsuit because I get lawsuit threats a lot, and I always want to know, is it actual defamation or are you just trying to silence criticism? That's what we're finding out today. The lawsuit we're talking about is between Atozi, which is a commentary channel, and BitBoy, a crypto channel. Now, you might have heard of BitBoy before because we've talked about him in a past video called How Much Does It Cost to Promote a Crypto Scam? In it, we talked about the problem of paid crypto reviews and showed how scammy projects can pay influencers to promote them, sometimes secretly, sometimes it's disclosed. Now, it turns out a month before I made that video, a commentary YouTuber, Atozi, made his own video, this time called This YouTuber Scams His Fans, BitBoy Crypto, which is incidentally the video which he's now being sued for. Now, in this video, admittingly, Atozi was a little bit more colorful than I was, and he calls BitBoy a dirtbag influencer.
Dirtbag influencer, but has also been known for being a shady dirtbag. BitBoy and other dirtbag influencers.
Atozi also says BitBoy can't be trusted with financial advice.
He simply cannot be trusted with financial advice because you don't know if he's trying to enrich you or himself.
And to support this point, he uses an example of BitBoy promoting a crypto coin called Pamp in a paid sponsorship.
Definitely don't want to miss this one. I do fair reviews with my team, and I won't promote something that we don't dig deep into, and that's exactly what we did. The way Pamp is designed is great for staking. If you missed out on Tezos or Chainlink, you don't want to miss Pump. I mean Pamp. I'm pumped up to talk about this one.
Yikes. He pitched it as if it was the next best thing, but one look at the current price of Pamp, and it's not hard to see why people are upset, okay? It basically went to zero, and BitBoy himself has deleted that video from his own channel, along with many others. In this CNBC article, BitBoy himself says he could make up to $100,000 per month in promotions alone, and if they fail, he might delete the promotional video from his page. So what exactly is so wrong with what Atozi said that would cause BitBoy to enter, quote, bouts of depression and suffer from severe anxiety? Well, this is where things get a little weird. One of the core arguments of this lawsuit is that BitBoy is this incredible source for crypto knowledge and advice. This is why it's so bad that Atozi has damaged this reputation. The lawsuit describes BitBoy as an industry-leading source of reliable commentary, which, is a bit of an exaggeration. And they say that, quote, can there be a more damaging assertion for someone like BitBoy Crypto, who engages in the business of providing advice and commentary on cryptocurrency investments? And this is where it gets confusing because BitBoy himself says he doesn't give financial advice.
After all, I'm not a financial advisor.
I can't give you financial advice.
Of course, it's in financial advice.
Not financial advice.
So then what advice are these lawyers talking about that BitBoy's in the business of? Is it beard trimmings, room decor? It's not exactly clear. But what is clear is that this lawsuit basically says Atozi defamed BitBoy by saying the public should not look to BitBoy for any advice. But we have BitBoy himself saying the same thing. So which is it? It seems like the lawyers are a bit confused. But that kind of makes sense because occasionally BitBoy himself seems to get confused. Because in that video I just showed you about Pamp token, he actually seems to straddle the line between giving advice, but also making sure that he can't be held responsible for giving advice?
BitBoy, you always say do your own research and don't trust anybody in crypto.
Fair enough, voices in my head. Fair enough. But let this be an exception, but of course, do your own research on Pamp.
So wait a second. Should we make an exception for you and trust your research? Or should we do our own research? Are you a crypto advisor or are you not? Well, guys, this is where I realized that cryptocurrency is so revolutionary, so new, that we need a new theory to describe it. So I'm coining a new quantum theory term that I like to call Schrodinger's advice. Here's how it works. If a crypto influencer describes himself as unfit to give advice, he's being responsible. If you call him unfit to give advice, you're being sued. Now, in all seriousness, I do kind of understand why BitBoy probably feels upset. He probably feels like he's cleaned up his act and that people are still associating him with a few bad calls. In January of 2022, BitBoy said he had a crisis of conscience and stopped doing paid promotions, which, that's great. And I obviously applaud that, but you need to understand you can't fix a bad reputation by suing your way out of it. You just kind of have to do better and hopefully people will eventually notice. But speaking of trying to sue your way out of it, this all reminds me of another situation BitBoy got himself into. This time, he tried to sue Celsius after everyone lost money, and he was going to sue on behalf of everyone. That is, until he realized he couldn't because he had actually promoted Celsius and profited from that promotion. So he actually was at conflict of interest and couldn't sue. So, oops. I mean, was that financial advice? Should we have done our research on that? It's not so clear. So anyways, that's it for now. I just wanted to say that I don't agree with this lawsuit. I think it's frivolous to try to get a Tozy to shut up. But either way, don't forget the most important thing. Pamp the stock.